open tonight or not, but wanted to give it a go. The name here is Randy, QTH. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri there. Go ahead.
Well, I'm Kent, and I'm sitting down here about, down in southern Missouri, Doniphan, Missouri, about 20 miles north of the Arkansas line.
Oh, fine business. Not too far from Gatewood then, and down in that general area?
Absolutely. So I've been friends with in Gatewood.
Oh, great. Well, how about that? We get a first contact in state. Well, that doesn't happen very often. Well, that's terrific. Nice to hear you. Somebody told me earlier the band was kind of busy and a little bit noisy, but we got to find out for ourselves. We're getting a late start. We tried to start about an hour ago, and things kind of got in the way. But hey, no worries at all, Kent. Nice to get a chance to have a chat with you. It looks like a first contact here in the log there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was a little trepidatious about getting on because the band is pretty hot and running wild, but I heard your CQ and I thought, hey, what the heck? Let's see what's going on.
Well, hey, I appreciate you bailing me out. It's always tough. You call CQ and nothing ever happens. That's always a rough one. So I'm really glad you did. You kind of bailed me out there. Go ahead.
Well, I'm glad to be of assistance. So just sitting here and I like to listen to the conversations, and I don't get on as often as I should. I'm kind of just beginning at this, so I do appreciate the talk.
Yeah, fine business. Well, I tell you, we like I said, we try to do this around 7 o'clock. 40-meter Fridays is what I call it. We have a YouTube channel. We're actually live streaming right now on YouTube, so that'll be fun for you as well. If you get a chance, you can actually listen to our Q, so you can actually see what you actually sound like on the air, which is kind of cool. We do have our radio display up on the channel, so you actually get to see your own signal report, and you get to see we've got the audio oscilloscope, the spectrum scope is up as well there. Go ahead.
I wasn't aware of that. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, I'd like to say that we invented it, but we did not. We had a lot of help getting to this point. We've been doing this a little off and on for just about a year and a half, and it's a great, it's kind of a cool thing. You can take two different mediums and put them together, and we don't usually have an opportunity to hear ourselves on the air, and this is one way of doing it. There, go ahead.
I'm going to check out that YouTube, and I'm wanting to learn just as much as I can, and do this and get to do it a lot more. And I'm just beginning. I just got my general a couple months ago, and I'm just trying to get ahead on it.
Well, I tell you what, congratulations, welcome to the hobby. And you got a good signal. You're a good solid 5 and 9 there, so definitely working for you. Really amazing. 100 watts in a wire goes a long ways here on 40 meters, and a lot of the folks that we have an opportunity to chat with are doing that same thing, 100 watts in a wire. And it's a great thing about the hobby. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money to be successful here on amateur radio there, Roger.
That's true, and the funny thing is I'm only doing 25 watts in a wire.
Well, okay. That's a nice surprise. We've definitely got some propagation between us. Interesting, my logger is showing 275 miles between us on a straight line, so I guess that makes it pretty short skip there, Roger.
Yeah, it's true. Interestingly enough, we have a visitor, my wife and I, and one of her best friends is actually from Kansas City. So it's funny, I'm talking to somebody from close to where she's from.
Well, yeah, it's amazing. There is quite a few operators here in the state. Of course, usually it's pretty tough to talk in-state to in-state, just because of distance. I do have a couple of operators over here in Green Valley, Missouri, to the west of me, about 6 miles. And we are able to talk, generally here, not too bad, but 20 in any of the upper bands, it's just not going to work. But we do have opportunity to get down here on 40 meters and sometimes on 80 as well. And yeah, it's kind of nice when you're able to talk in state. One of the toughest places for us is Nebraska and Iowa. Maybe it's just the way the antenna is configured, but it is what it is. But hey, it's still fun. If you're interested, my channel is actually my call. If you look me up in QRZ, I have a link. It'll take you right to the channel, or you can go right to YouTube, go to the search bar, and just put in my call, K0RWB. And all my videos are dated. I'll have this one here, of course, is live, but it's also recording. So just look for the date here. We have it titled 40 Meter Fridays on April the 8th of this year, 2022. And you're the first contact, so you'll be right in the beginning. So I think you might be pleasantly surprised at what it sounds like on the air there. Good.
That sounds fantastic. I sure appreciate that. I'm going to need to get off of here and attend to something, so I'll go ahead to 73, and it was really good, nice talking to you. KF0CIA 73.
Well, thank you, Ken. I do appreciate it, and at least I made one contact tonight, so thanks so much for that, and in-state as well. Pretty cool. Take care. Have a great weekend. You and yours be safe and be well, and hope you continue to be that way. Kilo Foxtrot 0, Charlie India Alpha, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. You take care, my friend. 7 trees. Okay, QRZ, do we have any other stations out here on a Friday evening? This is Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo.
0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, Kilowatt 3, Uniform Tango.
Oh, Kilowatt 3, Uniform Tango. Thanks for coming back there. Philip, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much, and I'm just sort of trying to put up my microphone here for the Georgia QSL contest tomorrow.
Oh, try business. Well, I'll tell you, you've got a good signal. You're just about 10 over. If I might make one comment, I guess I'm no expert in audio. It sounds like it might be driven just a little bit. If you're able to maybe adjust your mic gain just a touch, maybe that might clear it up for you.
Okay, I dropped the mic gain just a little bit. How does it sound now?
Well, it's certainly not near as driving as hard as it was there in the beginning. So, anytime you put some power and things behind it, anything can change. Again, I certainly mean no disrespect, but I'm sure if you're wanting to get the best results possible, it's nice to hear a little bit of feedback. But as I was telling the last station, Kent, actually one of our home state guys, we're actually live on our YouTube channel, so you can actually listen to yourself here. We're actually recording this as it's live as well, and you can get an idea of kind of what it sounds like and to see what direction or any changes you might want to make there. Good.
Oh, thank you very much. That's a great idea, and I didn't catch how I could get. So my sounding.
Yeah, my YouTube channel is actually my call sign. We do have a link on my QRZ page. It takes you to it, or you can just go right to YouTube and go to the search bar and just put in my call sign and just look for the video with today's date. Of course, it'll say live currently. There's about a 30-second delay between over the air and then back through YouTube. So kind of give that a look and a listen, kind of get some ideas, and you're welcome to try a few other settings or some reductions on your drive or whatever. And it's, like I said, it's certainly being recording, and then you can come back and listen to it if you'd like and get some ideas if you're having any issues there. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I turned off the processor now. I'm curious to know if you noticed any improvement. Processor off, and now processor is on. Does that sound better or worse? Processor on, now I'm speaking with the processor off.
Well, I will say this. With the processor off, it's a little clearer. It's a little clearer with processor off, but it doesn't have quite that punch that maybe you might be looking for the QSO party. If you did it with it on, if there's any little of adjustments that maybe doesn't quite drive it quite as hard. I know on my particular radio we do have an EQ on setting, but I can also reduce the processing and compression. That certainly helps us as well.
Okay, well, I tried to a little bit. I'm just not sure how to do it. I'm primarily a CW operator, and once a year I get on site.
Well, we're certainly glad to have you. Honestly, Philip, I wouldn't know what to do unless there was a microphone in front of me. So isn't that the great thing about the hobby? There's really something for everybody.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I have to say I do enjoy hearing somebody's voice and talking with them directly. But sometimes with CW, I enjoy not having to talk so much.
Oh, no, I certainly understand that. Yeah, no doubt. Well, I had a friend of mine years ago told me I had a face for radio. And I'm not sure if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but we certainly do enjoy it. We don't seem to be lacking for words, so to speak, but hey, we're just having a good time, and we're a little late to the party, so to speak. We're about an hour behind. We had a few things we did have to get taken care of, but we want to try to make it up for it. Like I said, we try to do this on Fridays. 40-meter Fridays is what we call it, and so we decided to get out here. You're our second contact here this evening, and nice to hear you from the Brunswick, Georgia area. I think it's was it St. Simons Island area. Is that correct?
That is correct, and I just looked at QRZ and Randy, and it's great to talk with you, Randy, and I will be checking you out on the YouTube. We are on St. Simons Island, which is one of the 14 barrier islands along the coast of Georgia. We're 6 miles off the coast of Georgia, connected to the mainland by a causeway. So we're not completely isolated, but I live.
Hey, Roger. Well, back in the early, late 90s, late 80s, early 90s. We lived kind of south and west of you down in Valdosta, Georgia. We were down there for about 3 years. We've been out on the barrier islands, and a great place to visit. Wonderful scenery. Love the beaches there as well. So congrats for that. And here's a nice thing. Like I said, you have been able to make a couple of different changes in your radio. So now you're going to get a chance to hear the differences yourself, and you get an opportunity to decide, what direction you want to go. And again, that's the great thing about this hobby. It's a really cool thing about putting these two mediums together, YouTube and amateur radio. And it's just been a really cool thing. We've had a lot of fun doing it. I think people appreciate it as well there, Roger.
Thank you very much for the feedback. I really do appreciate your feedback and to hearing myself on YouTube. I'll sign off here and let you use the number 3 for the evening. 73, have a great evening. Thanks so much for what you're doing for the hobby, Randy. K0RWB, K3, Full Tango. Signing off, 73.
Well, thank you so much, and I'm glad we got a chance to have a quick conversation this evening. By all means, if you hear us again, please give us a call. Nice. I think that's probably the first time I've had a contact in that part of Georgia. Usually up around the Atlanta area and a little bit north, we do quite well, but nice to hear you down in that part of the world. And by all means, feel free to come back anytime. Good luck with the QSO party this weekend. Hope that was well for you as well. And like I said, if you get an opportunity, you can give a look on the YouTube channel. Again, the channel is my call K0RWB. I call it Kilowatt Zero Red, White, and Blue. Makes it easier for people to understand. Enjoy the rest of your evening here on Friday night. Have a terrific weekend. And hopefully we'll have a chance to connect much sooner than later. Hope you and yours are doing well and continue to do so. We'll say 7-3s. Kilo 3, Uniform Tango. This is Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, Randy in Kansas City. Take care, 7-3s.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you very much. Valdosta, you must have been in the... Were you down in the surface there?
Yeah, we were down there at Moody. Yeah, you caught me. Yeah, that was right. Yeah, stand by one. Let him finish. Okay, Philip. Hey, have a good one there. We got a couple other stations there. Hey, the next time we talk, we'll have some more things to talk about, no doubt. So, anyway, you take care. QRZ, any other stations, please?
Kilo 7, Charlie Tango Romeo. Mike Uniform Golf.
Kilo 7, Charlie Tango Romeo, I believe. Tim, good evening.
Well, good evening. Well, it's interesting that you were talking audio there. I was looking at your QRZ page, and it's pretty nice. I just had my FT2000 Delta go down at the beginning of this week, so now I'm running an ICOM 7610, so I hope I've got my audio set up correctly.
Oh, it sounds wonderful here in my receive, and good signal as well. Nice to hear you again. Surely it hasn't been May of last year. It's just crazy how time is flying on amateur radio. How are things going down there?
Well, things are going pretty well. The professor compressor thing is still going well, so I guess at this point you can say I'm still contributing to Social Security. Well, yeah, life's good. You know, there's everybody's still happy, healthy, and somewhat productive. So I guess that's the good thing.
Well, that's really good. Hey, I'm sorry to hear about the rig. My condolences. But you got a good one you're on right now, and yeah, you've got the audio dialed in just wonderful. I think it sounds terrific. And of course, you've got a good setup there anyway. You could probably plug anything into your setup there, and it would probably sound really good. So I don't think you've got too much to worry about. But we kind of did something similar. We had our primary, or actually our backup amplifier, an ACOM 1000, decided to give it a new home, and we're very fortunate that we have a terrific operator who's down in Alabama. We shipped it out for him today, and it'd be his first amplifier, so we're really excited for him to get it online so we can talk with him. So hopefully yours wasn't a blow-up, something that can be repaired.
Yeah, I spoke with a fellow actually in Missouri the other day, and I think I'm going to send my FT2000. It's the FT2000 Delta, and so it really just hurts my feelings. I looked into it a little bit, and I think that the problem is probably the mixer or the preamp, and I guess it's a common problem that they go out in the front end on that particular model. So I spoke with him, and he said that he didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, and that he fixes them all the time for Yaesu. So I'm going to ship it off to him probably next week and get it repaired. So that way, at least I have a backup rig that I really enjoy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would certainly, because they were not very long, but I think they were really ahead of their time. So me personally, I would do just about anything I could to make it, to survive it. Of course, there has to be a limit. Of course, there's the point of no return kind of thing. But it's just a terrific radio, and hopefully you can get it back in line, for a minimal amount of cost and minimal amount of time. But yeah, it's really unfortunate. Not much different. This one here, this is the Yaesu FTDX10. We had it about 6 weeks. And it went down. The PA went out of it, or PAs went out of it, and we were very fortunate that Tim at Yaesu in California was able to get it rectified for us. And it was only gone for about 5 or 6 weeks. Not a big deal. I told him we had a spare radio, so I wasn't really worried about having it right now. I just wanted to have it done right. So hopefully that'll work out for you as well. There, go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's amazing how much things have changed in 10 years, right? I mean, when I got the FT2000D, I was just totally enamored with it. Well, I still do like the rig a lot. I mean, I finally got everything dialed in and had it working the way that I wanted to, and of course that's when it happened. But it's a 38-pound radio. That's not counting the power supply, because it's a 200-watt radio. So it's not counting the power supply or the DMU, just the radio itself. And I didn't realize how much things had changed. I got the 7610 in, and I was a little shocked. I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of a small radio.
Yeah, go figure. Yeah, it's kind of the same way here. I went from Yaesu FT950, and the FTDX10 is about half the size and about half the weight. Yeah, really kind of hard to get used to, but I certainly know where you're coming from.
Yeah, and the capability, the things that you get out of radios now is so much different than what it was before.
Yeah, very much so. I will say this, though. There's a lot of folks that have checked in with us in the past, and they brought some old radios back to life and so forth, which I think is terrific. Because the bottom line here is the radios, any of them, 50 years ago or brand new, designed basically do two things, and that's to transmit and receive. The newer ones may do it a little bit different, or they have the kind of a different front end, how it works, or the receive goes through different filtering and so forth. But really, that's kind of what they're designed for. And it's a testament to the hobby and the manufacturers. They have continued to work upon the previous generations, and and we're the ones who are benefit from him. And it's very, very true what you said, because when you got the 2000, I felt the same way with the 950. I had come so far ahead. I said, surely there's nothing out there that's going to be any better. And that was the radio we had for the last 10 years until January of last year. And we went to the dark side and ended up with a 7300, and then everything broke loose. Holy mackerel, it just kind of went off from there. So certainly understand, from maybe the 2000 to the 7610, I'm sure there's some differences you're seeing quite obvious, but I still, again, if you're tired of, or you get tired of not wanting to see the 2000, let me know. I'd be more than happy to take it off your hands.
Well, we'll have to see. Hey, I know there's some other people that want to talk to you, but you sound fantastic tonight over here into South Central Kentucky, and it's really been a pleasure talking to you, that's for sure.
No, again, pleasure's all mine. It's just, it's been an unusual, the last half of 2021 was unusual, I think, for a lot of us. The Christmas time was different, and it just had a very unusual start to 2022 so far. So we try to get here in front of the microphone as much as we can. Haven't had much of an opportunity the last month. We're hoping that'll change. So we are a little late, like I said, but we're here tonight. But hey, it's what I'm showing in my log, May 27th of last year between the two of us. I can't imagine it had been that long. So maybe I'll make an attempt to make sure we can get some contacts a little bit sooner than waiting 11 months. We'll see what happens. But Tim, as always, nice to hear you. And congratulations on the 7610, man. It sounds wonderful. So I'll just throw those flowers right back to you. Hey, enjoy the rest of the evening. Thanks again. And have a wonderful weekend, and I do hope that you and yours are doing well. Continue to do so, and by all means, as I said before, if you hear us, please give us a call. You might be the only contact I have that evening. So anyway, you enjoy the rest of the evening, and we do thank you for taking the time. Kilo 7, Charlie Tango Romeo, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Jen. Have a good night.
Thank you, Randy, for picking me up. All the best. This is Tim in South Central Kentucky, K7CTR.
All right. Take care, Tim. Okay, this is Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. We have any other stations, please? Come with your call.
Kilo 7, Kilo Juliet, November.
Okay, we had another Kilo 7 station. I'm sorry. Try it again.
Kilo 7, Kilo Juliet, November.
Okay, Kilo 7, Kilo Juliet, November. Got you that time. Michael, good afternoon. Good evening. What is going on? It has been a while, and you've been saying good things about me the entire time, haven't you?
Well, I have been saying good things about you, Randy, and it's been a minute for sure. Over.
Yeah, again, it's amazing, amazing how time flies, whether we like it or not. Gosh, October, has it really been that long? It just seems like the other day. But, hey, first time we've had a contact out west. I'm glad to see we've got a little band coverage tonight there. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I sent you a note in the chat there about a couple of stations in California. And, after I sent you that note, they both said, hey, it sounds like the band's going along. We're getting some QRM from the east. And so they signed off. And that gave me a chance to throw my call sign out there. Over.
Oh, again, and it's unfortunate. I certainly did not, want to have anybody move on my account. I certainly was not able to hear anybody, but maybe the band is changing. We kind of call a couple of times if it's in use and so forth. And I certainly, if they're still listening or whatever, I certainly do apologize in case that was the case. But, yeah, we did not hear anybody. That's all I'm going to tell you, Mike. So it wasn't done on purpose, but it was certainly clear on my end.
No, Randy, no worries on your part. It's a typical thing. I talked to a group of fellas out in California early in the day, and they all said the same thing. When it gets this time of day, the band goes long, and they start hearing signals from the east. So no, you didn't do anything wrong whatsoever, and those guys weren't upset at all. They had a good QSO, and I guess they had chatted for the better part of 30 minutes or so. And they said, hey, look, it's that time of day where the QRM from the east comes in. So we'll go ahead and clear the channel, and so that's the way it went. Roger?
Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear that. We certainly don't want to have any operators mad at me for anything if I can help it anyway. The intention's not to insult or offend, but if it does, I'm sorry. That's my disclaimer. So have you had any more run-ins with the locals, or have they left you alone here for a while?
No, what happened was, geez, it's been so long since I talked to you. I sent the local authorities who sent me the letter of violation. I sent them a 41-page paper entitled Presentation to City Council. And the last time I talked to them, they said, "You're good."
I was going to say, hey, thanks so much for the synopsis. Because I know from our conversations you could go a lot longer than that, but I appreciate the synopsis for sure. So I would venture to guess this time of year that probably all the snow is gone, and you put the snow plow away, and so everything is good at this point, Roger?
Yeah, snowplow. Yeah, it's 95 degrees here right now, so hello summertime.
Well, I only did that because we've got people that are watching us on YouTube, so I wanted to put that out there, and that maybe they'll get a chance to look up your call just to see where you're actually at, and maybe scratch their head. They don't get snow down there, do they? Well, maybe it might get people to think about it.
You know what? Honestly, the first year I moved here, it was the most incredible thing. On Christmas Eve, it actually snowed in the western desert of Arizona for a few hours. It didn't accumulate, but it sure was fun to stand outside and say, "It's snowing in the Arizona desert," Roger.
Are you sure that was snow and not fallout from some other place?
I have pictures of it. I have pictures to prove it, Roger.
I'm glad to hear it. We're going back to your page again, looking at your photos. We wanted to put a few of those up on the channel as well, so people can get an appreciation for the amount of work that you've put in there at your QTH, and hopefully they're able to hear you as good as I am.
Well, I appreciate that, Randy. We're still 100 watts on the wire, and I'm going to be 62 in about 4 months, so I'll be on the government seat as he was there, and I may, for my birthday, I may just have to go ahead and buy myself some horsepower, Roger.
Well, it's a good idea. I wish you'd have said something. I just sold one of mine yesterday. It was shipped out today on its way down to Alabama.
Oh, Roger. Well, one of the reasons why it's been a minute since I've been on here is, before I started my ham radio journey, I was getting back into playing music. When I was a kid, I played in some garage bands and played live, and now that I'm retired, I don't have any responsibilities. I thought, maybe I'd like to do that again, play music live again, get to meet other musicians, maybe travel down New Orleans way or Nashville, something like that. And so what I've been doing is I've been getting back into the music, and I built myself a music room, and I've been accumulating guitars, and they just, I have to rescue them. They need a home. So I'm up to 22 now, Randy.
Oh, that's awesome. Congrats. You know what? That's the thing. You're retired, and the responsibilities either go away or a lot of them have disappeared. And it's right. You go back into something that you have interest in, and kind of pursue that and see where it goes. We were fortunate. We kind of did that as well. We always liked tinkering, turning wrenches, and that kind of stuff. And we've been able to do that now with a little side business here in the area. It also keeps us out of trouble, and it keeps us from drinking. So it's had many good purposes for us there. Go ahead.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, I understand about that drinking part. A friend of mine that I graduated with from high school, some 45 years ago or something like that, he's a little partial to Maker's Mark. And so he talks about it so much on his Facebook page, I decided to pick up a little bottle. And, it's not my brand. My palate's not used to it. But if you look at the level in the bottle, you can tell I'm willing to make sacrifices for a friend. Over.
Yeah, you know what? That's what you do. And I applaud you for that. You got to help out the partner there. First off, it's never good to have somebody drink alone. That's for sure. So, no, I can tell, you're the kind of guy I'd want to have in my corner. Hey, help me with this, and I have no problem. I had no problem at all that you would step up to the plate there. Go ahead.
Well, I really appreciate the flowers there, Randy. Hey, look, the band is getting long, and I'm not going to turn this into the K7KJN hour, so I'm going to say 7-3 and let you go and pick up some more before you get all the good out of the band there, over.
Well, I appreciate it, Mike. Nice to hear you again, man. Thanks so much for giving me a shout. I'm glad we got a chance to have a quick chat. It's been too long. Again, a lot of it's on my end here, of course. Things have just gotten kind of crazy, but it's really nice to kind of catch up. We did it last night just for a little bit. We were on 20 meters, which was really crazy, till about almost 10:30 Central Time. The band was still open. So glad we could get down here on 40 meters for a little bit and make a few contacts, and we've made a few new ones, and we've got some repeaters like yourself. Always nice to hear you. I do hope things are going well for you there, and it sounds like they are, and I hope they continue to be that way. And, as I said, always, anytime you hear us out there, by all means, you get a chance, give us a call. Always enjoy talking with you. Always, every time I talk with you, I do comment on the QSL card, and I just love the helicopter up in the corner. I think it's really awesome. So, hey, anyway, enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Thanks again. Have a great weekend. I know we'll have a chance to talk again, hopefully sooner than later. So, Mike, you take care, and we'll say 7-3s. Kilo 7, Kilo Juliet, November, just outside of Bullhead City, Arizona. That's Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Take care, Mike.
India 9.
Okay, take care. Okay, this is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. We have any other stations, please? Come with your call. Okay, give me the Kilo Whiskey Station, if you would, please. The Kilo Whiskey Station again.
It's Kilo Bravo 4 Delta Kilo Whiskey, Daniel, in North Carolina.
Okay, Daniel, North Carolina. Well, gosh, nice to hear you. We just finished Arizona. Nice to see we can get back over on the East Coast as well. Let me make sure I got fat fingers sometimes. Kilo Bravo 4 Delta Kilo Whiskey, I believe. Is that correct, Dan?
Yes, sir. That's all day long, yeah. Well, good evening to you, and thanks for doing what you do. I finally figured out this old ICOM IC756 Pro. Three times I've talked to you, and I've listened to you. And I noticed the sound of it wasn't quite right. And I finally figured it out, and it's the compression setting in this radio, so its compression is on now, so hopefully I sound normal to you now.
No, it sounds wonderful. It sounds wonderful. Yeah, this is our fourth one. So our previous conversations, and I think you listened or watched some of the playbacks on the channel when you and I talked. Did that stuff really kind of help you get in the right direction?
Yeah, it did. I just had to read the book, sit down and read the book, and there's some settings I had to go into. The fellow that had it before me had a Heil microphone, which I might get one, but it was set for that Heil, and I'm just using a hand mic here. So, but yeah, I had to. I think something about that being silent wave was wrong in it. It was like a pyramid, not a nice round curve. So it's not, once I switched that and got the compression working, hopefully it sounds okay now. But what do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what. If you hadn't told me it was a hand mic, I wouldn't have believed you. It does sound really that good. And again, and I've said this many, many times, I am not an expert on audio whatsoever. It's all subjective. What one person thinks sounds good, somebody else may not, and so on and so forth. All I can tell you is, to me, this is what it sounds like. To me, it sounds like this, and so forth. And that's another reason why we like doing the YouTube channel, because you can decide for yourself. But no, I think it sounds great. Yeah, with the compression on, it's really nice and clear, but it's not overdriven. And there's some noise on the band. You're coming right through on the audio side. And I think you've got yourself a winner.
Well, all righty then. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was going to head out west this morning. I have a friend that owns a LED light company for Jeeps and trucks, and they live in Denver, Colorado. And it's a good friend. And whenever they need someone to drive like their truck and trailers to a show. Like this weekend, they had something out in Moab, Utah. And I was out driving through there a couple of years ago, thanks to them, but they were going to fly me out there, drive a truck and trailer from Denver to Moab and run the cash register at this, what do they call it? It's the Easter Jeep Safari that's going on this weekend.
Well, it sounds like a great time, but it sounds like maybe you're not going to be able to do it?
Yeah, I can't go. I'm too old. Those kids have too much fun. I'm 60, so no, I wish I could have went. But for them to call me up early in the morning, this morning, you got to make a decision by 10 o'clock, and they already bought the airplane tickets. Thank goodness they had the ones where they can get a refund but they really wanted me to go, and I appreciate that, but I need a couple of days to make arrangements. I have an old 18-and-a-half-year-old yellow lab that I just can't leave with anybody whenever I go, so, but yeah, it would have been fun. But anyway, well, what's going on in Kansas City? Well, you're not in Kansas, you're in another state, Missouri, but how's things your way? It's going to be, I think, freezing tonight here in the mountains of North Carolina.
Yeah, we could certainly do better when it comes to weather, no doubt, but I think I think maybe the next couple of days will be better. So, but I will say this: it was really nice of those guys to think of you. That just tells me that that at one point or another, you made an impression upon them, and it stuck with them. So, congratulations for that. Hey, Reed, how's it going? Nice to see you there out of West Virginia. We've got people here on the live chat as well. So, but yeah, I think that's awesome that they would think about you in that way. So, like I said, I think that's really awesome. The things around here have been hectic, to say the least, but we're in front of the microphone tonight, so it can't be all bad. At least for a little bit. We'll see how much time we've got, but we wanted to try to make a few contacts this evening. We got about an hour late start, but maybe we can make it up. So we'll see if we can make a few more contacts before the band drives or the noise gets to us. But that's just how it is. But tomorrow's another day. It's the weekend, and we just kind of take them ahead one at a time. And if you thought you were too old to go to Moab, I won't tell you how old I am, and I would love to have gone. But hey, that's just the way it is. So, but no worries. Hey, Dan, nice to hear you as always. I appreciate you taking the time. And by the way, we'll be having a party tonight. This is our fourth contact. And as I told you before, 4 contacts in the log. We just have a big old party. It gives you all the perks and benefits of being a regular here. And we have a big confetti party in your name. So we'll be doing that here after a while. So when you start getting this little warm fuzzy, your ears start burning. It's because we're talking about you. But it's all good there, Roger.
Alrighty then. Well, I appreciate you having this net, and you do fine. That's not a net, but you put on a good show. So anyway, all right. Well, you take care and have a great night. And I was sad. I saw you were 20 meter last night, and when I got on the YouTube, and I thought I just missed you by 23 minutes or something. But have a good one. This is KB4DKW clear K0RWB.
Thank you, Dan, and always a pleasure. Thanks for giving us a call. Nice to go just about coast to coast here on 40, so really glad to see that the band is working. And, hey, have a great weekend, and I know we'll talk again, hopefully much sooner than later. It wasn't too long ago, about a month ago I think we talked last, but it does fly by pretty quick. Anyway, you take care. We'll see you 7-3. It's Kilo Bravo 4, Delta Kilo Whiskey. Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Have a good night, Dan. 7-3.
Whiskey India 9. This is Kilowatt.
Okay, the Whiskey India 9 station, I believe. The Whiskey India 9. Would you try it again, please?
Okay, Whiskey India 9, Juliet Alpha Yankee, Jay in Wisconsin. Randy, how you doing?
Oh, Jay is back in the house. Woo! Now we can put our hands up in the air. Jay's in the house. Hey, what's happening?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just staying busy, working my graveyard shift, and trying to stay awake and get on the radio more. But doesn't always work that way, Randy. Over.
Oh gosh, you don't have to tell me that. I've had a very eventful 2022 so far when it comes to radio. But hey, we are here tonight. Something must have changed, or we've got conditions. Man, you're loud and proud here this evening. Sometimes I've had to struggle just to kind of pull you out from the noise, probably on my end. But boy, I don't have that issue tonight. So you don't have something new in the shack there, do you?
Yeah, I'm running a 7300 with the Electro Voice 3320 and rec. That's the only change here. Over.
Oh wow. Well, you're about 10 over. So I'll just go ahead and give you a big clap and a big kudos for that. But hey, nice to hear you again. It's just been really sporadic for us. Especially for the last 4 weeks. We haven't had a chance to get out here as much as we'd like. We had a really short opportunity last night on 20 meters. The band was open. It was just terrific. And I thought, it's Thursday. Maybe tomorrow night we can do our 40-meter Fridays that we've done in the past. I know you've been here with us a time or two when we've done that. And, again, things kind of got in the way. We were about an hour late getting a start, so we started just about an hour ago. And we'll go over a little bit here, make a few contacts. We've made a new contacts, which is always nice, but we've had a lot of regulars, I would say, including yourself, so it's all good.
Yeah, very good, Randy. Yeah, it's been a while. I always miss talking to you there, catching up with you a little bit. Like I said, nothing much new here, just staying busy and trying to get on the radio more. But like I said, working the hours that I do, I try to stay up on the weekends and run the same hours as I do during the week, but it doesn't always work that way. I'm pretty tired out on the weekends, but you're sounding good, Randy. You have some radio problems or something? You haven't been on in a while, or I just haven't heard you, or what was going on, Randy? Over?
Well, a little bit of that and a lot of life getting in the way. We've had some renovations that had to take place here in the house, and we're trying to do a little bit of that stuff in-house to save some of the money, instead of contracting it out. And I will say that I'm not as young as I used to be, and we just get kind of pooped by the end of the day, and really didn't have the energy or the inclination, so to speak, to get in front of the microphone. That was part of it. And, it's just what they call life, with kids and pets and those. It's just what life is all about. But we, like I've said before, we're certainly trying to make the effort. And we certainly do appreciate the time that we can get out here in front of the microphone, and it's really nice that we call CQ. There's people out here that are willing to talk to me, which is kind of cool. And we'll still running the YouTube channel as well, so that's always nice here. But yeah, it's just the way it is. And again, I've said this many times just in the last 2 days. Our last QSO, I have August 20th. I can't understand how that time has gone that fast, Jay. Honestly, can't. It takes two of us to hit that right time on the right date, but I'm glad we were able to make the connection tonight there. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, very good, Randy. Yeah, absolutely. And you sound fantastic as well. You're 10 over 9 here as well. And like I said, no change here other than the 7300 in the rack. You're hooked up to this radio. But, man, I sure like this radio, and it's working great. I love the receiver on it. So, Randy, I'm not going to hold you. I'm glad to catch up with you a little bit. I think there was a couple other people out there that wanted to get a hold of you. I didn't want to tie it up, but, excuse me. Oh, geez, got a frog in my throat. Just wanted to say hi, and glad you're doing okay, and everything's well here. Just trying to stay busy and stay out of trouble, Randy. Turn back to you for anything final. K0RWBWI9JY.
Well, it's always nice to hear you, Jay. I mean, we probably had maybe a couple of dozen contacts over the time, and it doesn't seem like that because we always have something to talk about whenever we get together, which is kind of cool. So I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm glad to see things are going okay for you. And I know there in the beginning you had a little hesitation, I think, with the night shift, but it seems like that you've kind of rolled into that okay. And, I feel for you when you're trying to keep those hours on the weekend, but I know it can be tough. But, I'm not even going to talk about the four-letter word. We're past that point. I'll let you young guys have all that, no problem. But I'll tell you what, we're certainly going to try to make the effort here to be out here a little bit more of a regular basis. And hopefully everybody else will have a chance to chat as well. Always nice to hear you again, as always. I've said that many times before, but it is certainly true today as it was the first time we talked. So I'm certainly looking forward to the next one. I hope it's not going to be that many months, but, if it is, we'll figure it out. We'll just kind of pick it up where we left off. It's what we usually do anyway, Jay. So again, exceptional propagation between us. I don't think I've heard you that strong ever. Maybe once before, but it's been a while. So it was really a pleasure to be able to get that good signal from you in the audio as well. Of course, you got a good rig, so that wouldn't be too tired. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a terrific weekend. And I know we'll certainly chat again, hopefully sooner than later than last time. But anyway, you take care. Always nice to hear you, Jay. Whiskey India 9, Juliet Alpha Yankee. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio, Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Jay. Have a good night.
73's Randy. God bless. Take care. We'll talk again.
All right, 73. QRZ, any other stations, please?
Kilo Echo 8,
Charlie 9,
Delta Bravo Alpha station. I'm sorry. Try it again.
Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Bravo Yankee.
Okay, I got you there, David. Hang on one second. Was there a Delta Bravo Alpha station there, I believe, the suffix?
Yes, Kilo Charlie 9, Delta Bravo Alpha. Hello there, Randy. We spoke about August of last year. I just wanted to wave a hand to you there, QSL.
Yeah, fine business. I know we've talked. Yeah, we got a little computer glitch here. I want to get you in the log properly. I'm sorry to ask, but give me the call again.
Yeah, Kilowatt Charlie 9, Delta Bravo Alpha. Yeah, we spoke the 18th of August of 21, and I heard you in there. I just wanted to stop and say hello to you.
Well, you've got it down to the correct date. Are you keeping tabs on me or something?
No, just keep good notes in the log. Go ahead.
Hey, there you go, Bruce. Hey, no problem. Well, funny you should say that, because that's the same date I have. I don't know what you're showing for a time, but no big deal. That's okay. Well, I heard David out there as well. He'll get his time here in a few minutes, but you kind of beat him there at the wire a little bit. So, hey, so what's happening down in your neck of the woods? You've got the you put the snowblower away for the winter?
Yeah, actually, we had a little bit of popcorn snow today, if you want the truth, almost like a sleet, but they called it something else, and I'd never heard of it. It sounded made up to me on the weather, but nothing stuck. But it's rained here for the last 5 days, so it's not been real pleasant. I sure am looking forward to warmer weather. QSL.
Yeah, well, they called that something around. They called it grunge or something like that. A combination of rain, sleet, and some snow or something or other. And I'm kind of like you. I'm going, who comes up with that? And that's how it's been. You know, the last couple of days, wintertime decided to come back and visit, and it's really been terrible. And the winds out of the north doesn't really help any. I think they're supposed to break a little bit tomorrow and Sunday, but I'm certainly looking forward to those maybe mid to upper 70s. It would certainly be nice. I mean, we are on the second week of April. You think things would have broke by now?
Yeah, I know, right. Well, I've seen it snow in April several times, but yeah, I'm ready to be done with it. I've got a big boat sitting out here in the driveway that I'm ready to get on the lake, but I won't get it out there until the weather gets right there, Roger.
Yeah, well, I tell you, I wish I could say that. I've broken ice at the ramp since December. We have a bass circuit called the Polar Bear Series. And there's been many mornings we actually had to break the ice at the ramp back in the trailers down with the boats on. So, yeah, you just bundle warm. We did have one. We did have a so-called spring tournament last weekend, which wasn't terribly bad, but the winds, of course, this time of year are pretty tough. And then we have one next Saturday as well. We're hoping the weather gets a little better. So certainly understand that. And it's not fun when you hear the crunches. You hope it's not taillights and just the ice, but so far we've been pretty lucky there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. Well, we dodged a real big bullet here back December the 10th. That big tornado that was on the ground in western Kentucky that went for 280-something miles missed me by about 18 miles. Know several people that lived down there and lost everything they had, which was horrible. But F4 tornado just went through and just wiped out the whole city of Mayfield, Kentucky. And yeah, we really dodged a big bullet. Tornado Alley's kind of shifted a little bit. It's kind of coming through here now, so I'm not looking forward to the early summertime storms that's coming through. But I mean, it is what it is. I guess we just take cover and move on, you know.
Yeah, I certainly understand that, and you know, we're certainly getting into that time of year where severe weather just about every part of the country. I just hope it's not to the point where that it injures people. You hate to say it, but material items can be replaced, but you can't. And I hate to see that that issue, devastation, and so forth. But I even hate to have it worse if people are hurt or injured, even killed. So I'm hoping that we don't have those so severe storms, or not as many this year. It's really hard to say. If you go by Farmer's Almanac, which I grew up that way, and we still kind of leaf through the Farmer's Almanac, we're supposed to have a little bit of a shorter spring and not quite as warm. And I don't know if that's going to prolong the storms or if that's going to get rid of them to a certain degree or what. But I did make a note of that the other day. For anybody who's out there listening anyway, that's kind of what we've come across. But I just hope that we can all come out the other side a little bit better than we did coming in.
Yeah, roger that. Well, just say a prayer for everybody down around western Kentucky part there. That happened December the 10th, and which, all we can do is rebuild, Hey, listen, Randy, I won't hold you up. I heard you in there, and I wanted to say hello to you. It's been a little bit since I talked to you. And as a matter of fact, I want you to know the YouTube video that you had, I hope I got my audio straightened out since the last time we talked. I looked at your scope on that YouTube channel, and that seemed to help me out quite a bit.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Of course, we're live tonight as well, and it's recording, and you should go listen to it. I would have to say maybe if you fast forward to maybe about 45 minutes in, just kind of move the slider up to about 45. I would give or take about where we started. But I think it sounds great. A couple of times you're almost pushing 20 over. So we certainly have some good conditions between us, and the band is really kind of nice. We've gone to the Georgia coast, to Bullhead City, Arizona. So we're just about stretching across the U.S. Haven't gotten into the New England states and haven't gotten in Pacific Northwest. Those may come around as well. But for me, my bread and butter is right here in the Midwest. That's why I like 40 meters because people like us, we tend to get really good signals, and we never have a lack for anything to talk about. Bruce, sir, go ahead.
Oh, that's right. There's always something to talk about. That's absolutely correct. Well, okay, Randy, I won't hold you up. I know there's several in there that want to talk to you. I just want to say hello to you and compliment you on your station. It sounds really good. You're a 20 over here in the Metropolis, Illinois as well. So 7-3 to you up there, my friend, in Kansas City, Missouri. K0RWB, this is KC9DBA. I'm going to be sitting on the side, and I'm going to listen.
Okay, Bruce. Always nice to hear you. As always, we're halfway there. Remember I told you before, 4 contacts in the log, and you become a regular. You get all the perks and benefits, of course, so you're halfway there. Just hope it won't take us that long a time frame, but you're not the only one that we've had some distance between our contacts. My friend Jay up north, it's been about the same time frame. So hopefully I can close that gap a little bit and get myself in front of the microphone a little bit more often, but we'll see how it goes. But hey, Bruce, as always, nice to hear you. A good signal. The audio is dialed in, my friend. Sounds terrific here in my receive, no doubt. So I'm glad that maybe we played a small portion in that, and that's what I like to do here on the channel. Hey, enjoy the rest of your Friday. A good weekend, of course, and hope you and yours are doing well and continue to do so. And hopefully we'll talk a lot sooner than the time frame before. So we'll say 7-3 for now. Kilo Charlie 9, Delta Bravo Alpha. That's Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Bruce. Have a good evening.
All right, 7-3, my friend.
Okay, take care. Let's see here real quick. I know David's out there. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of Ramondo in New York before the band dies. Kilo Charlie 2 Echo Sierra. Mondo in New York. Are you able to copy?
Yeah, how you doing, Randy? Great to hear you. Fantastic signal as always into New York. How copy there, Roger?
Oh, I've got some noise behind me here, like some bacon is frying, but bouncing 5.7 to 5.9, so I think it's okay. Are you on the 100, or are you back on the other radio?
No, I'm back on the 7300. No, I doubt that I can get in with that other radio there, Roger.
Okay. Well, no issues. We're running the same rig here, and we've got the oldie dialed in just about 400 watts. We're not going to push it much more than that. and it certainly seemed to be working. Again, I think the band is in really good shape, so I think we're going to let that do most of the work for us tonight, and we haven't really lacked of any contacts. We are kind of an hour behind. A couple of things had to be taken care of before we could. That's why glad we had a chance to kind of get that straight with you there on the text. So, but I did see the last one, so we wanted to call out to you and see if we could get you before the pileup starts. Sir, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Randy. Okay, I won't hold you. Great to you're by the way, you're solid 5x9, solid 5x9. Nice, very nice audio. So it sounds terrific this evening. Won't hold you. A lot of stations want to work you. 73. Have a good night. Kilowatt 0 with Romeo Whiskey Bravo. Kilowatt Charlie 2 Echo Sierra.
Okay, Armando, I'm glad we could do it. I'm sure we'll touch base in the next day or two, no doubt, but I'm glad we could get that here on 40 meters for you. I know it's kind of late night for you over in your part of the world. I do appreciate you taking the time, and I know we'll talk again soon. Anyway, you take care. We'll say 7-3s. Have a good one. And okay, let's see if I've been holding him off long enough here. See if David is still out there. He's always got something to say. He's always got an update for us. Kilo Echo 8 Delta Bravo Yankee.
That's Kilo Echo 8 Romeo Bravo Yankees, Randy. Yeah, it's been a while. I tried to catch you on 20, but I couldn't copy you last night. And I got a couple other projects on the next go-round.
Yeah, hey, sorry about that. You know, I typed it correctly, but I don't know why I said it wrong. Maybe I was thinking about something else, David. I'm sorry. Very sorry about that. Hey, thanks for standing by. I did want to try to get to Armando real quick before he had to shut down, so I appreciate you hanging in there for us. But, yeah, we don't have any problem hearing you, so I know we've got some good conditions between us.
Roger that. Of course, it might help the 811's up and running finally. And I've been working on a plastic building. I had all the walls up, didn't have a roof on it. Then that wind came up and blew it down. And I've been fighting it to get it square because it twisted the plastic.
Oh, well, so how big of a building is this?
About 8 by 12, 8 by 11, something like that.
Okay, and is that just going to be used for storage, or are you making a new shack?
It's just storage, so I've got room in the garage to work on stuff.
There you go. Hey, I certainly know that feeling, no doubt. So how long have you had the 811 back and running?
I think I've had it up about a month. Did a lot of research. I didn't want to mess it up. I had to get a new antenna tuner, which I picked that up off one of the local hams of the local club, the Dentron 16310AT. And because the one I had wouldn't handle the power, and I got a new SWR watt meter. So I've got everything pretty much the way I want it now.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, you're bouncing 10 over, almost 20 over, just about the whole time, and the audio hasn't changed a bit. So I'm really glad to see that you got everything back up and running. But you know, I know the work you've done, so I'm not surprised you sound as good as you do.
Roger that. I appreciate it. Like I said, been trying to get this thing. I know I'll never have it perfect, but I want a good sounding station that all I've got to do is walk over here, throw all the power, and be on the air.
Yeah, you know, a lot of us are that way. You know, of course, don't forget now, you've got to make sure you're on the right band. Don't forget to set that tune and the load. That's the thing that always killed me in the past. I'd always forget to retune. That amplifier's gone, actually. Our ACOM, we decided to give it a new home, so we shipped that out today. We're back on our old backup amplifier, which is an old solid state. All we do is change the band switch, so we've been pretty fortunate there. So, yeah, that was my big downfall in the beginning when I had a tube amp. I would always forget to either change the band or retune it, and it didn't take much on those Ameritrons, at least the 811. I had one of those to blow those tubes. So I have no doubt you've got that part covered.
Roger that. I've got a sheet hanging on it that where my tune and load is, and I've got the antenna tuner. I've got it dialed, so all I've got, I pretty much stay on 40, so I don't have to worry about the band switch. But still got to dress it a little bit when you change frequency.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's the thing that took me a while to get used to. I will say this: the ACOM that I had an ACOM 11, or excuse me, ACOM 1000. You know, it was really easy to tune, less than 10 seconds or less. It was really easy to tune, and had a lot of safety features in it. So if you were off the band or you didn't tune up directly, it would just kind of shut itself down and wouldn't hurt anything. And I thought that was really nice, and things have come a long way. So we'll be on the lookout for a replacement here in the near future. This one here is still working for us. It's a hard amplifier to kill. It just keeps on working, and we'll just keep running it while it does. But we've certainly been there with the old tubers, no doubt. So, but yeah, having a cheat sheet helps as well. So, hey, David, I'll say 7.3s, man, always nice, and I do appreciate you hanging in there. I do. And just a couple there had kind of got in front, and we wanted to make sure we grabbed the little long distance one before he disappeared. So I do appreciate you taking the time. And I did look at the log. I think we're just about 24 contacts, maybe a few more than that. So I have no doubt we'll have more as the year goes on. This was February, so not terribly long. I've had some that were 6 and 8 and 9 months, almost a year long. So I'm glad that we were able to get one a little bit sooner than later. So anyway, hope things are going well for you and the family, and you put your snow blower and snow plow away for the winter. At least I'm hoping that we've done that as well. And I certainly look forward to the next time again. I always enjoy talking with you. You've always got something new or new projects that you're working on, and it's always kind of fun to hear how things are going for you. So anyway, enjoy what's left of the Friday, and a good weekend, and I know we'll have a chance to talk again real soon, David. So, hey, we'll say 7.3s. Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Bravo Yankee. Got that one right this time. K0RWB. Thank you, David.
That's 73, Randy.
Okay, you take care. Let's see if Phil is back in there again. He wanted to see if maybe we could get another contact here real quick. Kilo 3, Uniform Tango. Philip, are you in there? Go ahead.
Roger, I'm Kilowatt 3 Uniform Tango, and I've tooled around, actually pulled out the manual. Now, tooled around with better.
The microphone you have, is that a hand mic, or is it a boom mic, or what kind of microphone is it?
This is the Yamaha CM.
Well, the only reason I ask that is a couple of words and then you cut out. So I don't know if you've got a relay issue or if you've got a kind of a dirty contact on the microphone or just what. And that's why I was kind of curious what microphone you're actually using.
I saw cutting show and I don't really know what that makes my thought. But I sound better.
Yeah, and see, I'm getting about every third word all of a sudden on the audio. Not really sure what I could do to help you, but in the beginning it was fine, and then it's starting to cut itself out a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what's going on for you.
Okay, I don't know what the get back to the video. He's Randy and much is hard to you.
Yeah, it's really starting to cut out. I don't know if you've got if you've got a meter that shows your ALC or whatever when you're transmitting, but you could kind of see the inflection or not. But and there may be somebody else out there that is listening on the channel that might be able to chime in on the live chat. I don't know how to explain it, but it's really cutting out. Like there's either a connection or possibly it's overdriven and it's making it cut out or just what. But I really hate to see you have any issues. I really don't know how to explain it other than that. But without really seeing the rig and kind of seeing what's going on, on the meter, and really kind of hard to tell you what to do there. Go ahead.
Yes, very much. I can here on the. I see it.
Yeah, see, it's still cutting out, and that last go-around, it did sound like it was driving a little bit hard. So either maybe reduce the mic gain a little bit or the compression or processing and see if maybe that might alleviate it a little bit.
That mic cord.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I may have doubled with you. You said something about your mic cord?
Maybe unplug the mic and plug it back in again.
Oh, now that sounds terrific. What did you do? Okay, where'd you go, Philip? Maybe we got a mic cord issue. I think you may have mentioned that and then disappeared. Hopefully we can get you in there.
Hey, Randy?
Well, that worked out so far.
No, it's Jay. Jay over here in Wisconsin. I just told him to unplug his mic cord and plug it back in again.
Oh, I never thought about that, Jay. Okay. Hey, Philip, if you're able to hear that, Jay mentioned that maybe you should unplug the mic cord and then plug it back in again. Maybe he'll work that out, and hopefully he can get that squared away. I know there's others out there, and I hate to keep everybody waiting. He knows how to get a hold of me on the live chat if we need to do it. Jay, thanks for doing that. I apologize. Your guys' voices are pretty darn close. That's why it kind of threw me off there, but thanks for the input, Jay. I appreciate it. Okay, we'll move on here real quick. We've got some time. Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. Any of your stations, please.
Kilowatt 7 Lima 7 Yankee.
Was there a Kilo 7 station? I'm sorry?
Kilowatt 7 Lima 7 Yankee.
Okay, the Lima 7 Yankee, standby 1. Just give me the Kilo 7 first, please.
Kilo 7 Echo Lima Juliet.
Okay, Kilo 7 Echo Lima Juliet, got you that time. Eric, thanks so much. And I do apologize, the Kilo Lima 7, give me just a few here. We'll finish with this. We'll get back to you. You guys were really that close here. So Eric, hey, what's happening? We've got ourselves a contact out west.
QSL there, Randy. Good evening to you and your family. Hope everything is well out there in Kansas City, Missouri. I know we had our first contact back when you were doing the Christmas train there. I was actually in my mobile, my company truck there with my HF rig, and it was not too long after before that I upgraded to my General. So it was pretty cool when you were doing the Christmas train there, Randy. But now I'm on my base. Here, let's see, I'm on the ICOM 7300. I am running a little bit of power here. I'm probably about 800 watts into the end-fed wire that I have on behind the house there. If you look at the picture, and actually I got to upgrade that picture because that end-fed wire is not that long anymore. It's only 130 feet. But back to you there, Randy.
Oh, great, Eric. Hey, thanks for the update. And yeah, you're right. I'm showing the December 15th, yeah, it's been really unusual. We've been out and away from the radio. Haven't been in front of the microphone much in 2022, at least not near as much as we'd like. And just as I was telling somebody earlier, it's just life. Life just gets in the way, and it's just the way it works. But we're out here this evening, so. Yeah, really nice to hear you. Again, you're so far the farthest west. We did get into Bullhead City, my friend Mike down there, and we've been over on the Georgia coast. We did get into New York, so I'm seeing the band is starting to move out a little bit. Terrific signal. Yeah, don't feel bad about putting some heat out there. That's the way it works. You're about 10 over here in the receive. And yeah, we've got the channel up again, so we're actually live here on the channel. But yeah, it sounds good. You got a good signal, so I think we've got some good propagation between us there, Roger.
Yeah, QSL there, Randy. Well, yeah, I was trying with 100 watts in the wire. That didn't work for me, so I
I had to pull out and do a little bit of configuration around here because I didn't have my amplifier ready and set to go, but now it's ready to go. I'll need to clean up the mess after our QSO here, but yeah, it's good to know that I'm making it your way. Now this is our second QSO, and I'll keep trying for that fourth one and many more after that. Yeah, I have to agree with you with life. I don't know if you recall, I work for a big irrigation farm, so I've been working 7 days since March the 1st, nonstop. Tomorrow will be my first actual day that I'll have off to myself with the wife. I'm going to take her out to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and and then back to work on Sunday, back to reality.
Yeah, well, good for you. Just be careful. You know, the old adage, all work and no play makes Johnny a dull boy. So, don't let him drive you too hard. But I will say this, the time off that you do have, and I know that as well, you certainly cherish those times. So don't forget about that. Cherish that time you got with the YL. Enjoy that day off. You only get that one. You don't get it again. Enjoy your time, no doubt. And I'm looking forward to that. We're halfway there now on the contact list, and we've got some special events coming up here later on in the summer and early fall, and again we'll be doing the Christmas train around the Christmas time. I know we'll have opportunity. We'd like to get you there, on those events as well. And it was really interesting. It was a lot of fun actually working you mobile while we were doing that, and it's a great testament of having the band conditions and equipment working all at once. And I do remember that quite well now. And before you mentioned it, I go, yeah, this is the one in irrigation, and then you mentioned it as well. So it's all starting to come back to me. So, but yeah, nice to hear up in Oregon. I was telling some of the other folks, I would sure by this time you probably put your snow blade away and your snow plow, and hopefully you're starting to see some green around there. Go ahead.
Yeah, QSL, Randy. Yeah, it's we've seen a little bit of rain last week. I think on the weather, we've seen that for Sunday we're supposed to have a little bit of mixture, snow and rain. But lately it's been pretty nice, except for the wind. We get some pretty high winds out here. It's gusts of like 30 to 40 miles an hour. So that kind of makes it for a dusty day working out on the field and running around. But that's part of living out here next to the Columbia Gorge River. So, but all right, Randy, thanks for picking me up. I know there's a lot more stations out there just waiting and wanting to make a good contact with you. So we're gonna say 7-3s for now. You and your family take care, and until next time, I'll keep trying. That's for sure. K0RWB from K7ELJ.
Oh, the pleasure is mine, Eric. Hey, thanks for hanging in there. And we're certainly not ignoring any calls. We try to work them all the best we can. Sometimes, a call might get ahead of another whenever we're able to pull it out, and we'll certainly try to get back to them. So, I'm glad it worked out for us this evening. I'm glad you took the time, and I hope you continue to do so. Always, we'll have lots of more things to talk about, I have no doubt, as time goes on. So, anyway, it's been a pleasure, and it sounds good. So, I'm glad to see the station is working well for you. And like I said, enjoy that day tomorrow. Really, think about that. Really enjoy that day tomorrow. Soak it all in, my friend, because Sunday's coming. But focus on tomorrow, no doubt. So anyway, you and yours be safe, be well. Hope you continue both to do so. And have a terrific tomorrow. Unfortunately, about Sunday. But again, also enjoy the time in front of the microphone. I know I'm starting to do that now because it doesn't happen often as near as much as I'd like. But, as I said before, anytime you hear us out there, give us a call back, and we'll certainly try to get a connection for you at that time. So anyway, you take care tonight, Eric. I do appreciate it. Kilo 7 Echo Lima Juliet up in Oregon. It's Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Take care, Eric. 7-3s.
7-3s, Randy. LJ clear.
Okay, the other station in there, if you're still in there, it was a Kilo Lima 7, a Kilo Lima station. If you're still there, give me the call again, please.
Yeah, I'm still here. This is
Kilo Lima 7 Yankee. I'm actually on the East Coast, so sorry about that. We're here in the state of Georgia. And, yeah, just been listening to you for a little while here. Just wanted to jump in, say hello, let you know you've got a great signal here in Georgia. Everything sounds real good. And hopefully everything's going well on your side there. The name here is Seth Sierra Echo Tango Hotel. Back to you.
Yeah, okay, Seth. Did you work under a Stroke 4 last January?
Yep, most likely. I moved here about 2 years ago now.
Okay. I've got a contact with the call Stroke 4 on January 5th of 2021, and this may be before you. I have the same call that was on 10 meters on December 19th of 2014 as well.
Yeah, the 10-meter one would have been me. I've had this call since 2002 or 3, I believe.
Okay. I'm trying to think what it shows here. Yeah, I see her here. It would have been under my old call sign at that time, but gosh, amazing the logger keeps track of stuff like that. So, hey, well, we've got number three contact, and on 40 meters, I don't care where the calls come from. It's always nice to hear any stations. It's just amazing. A lot of times we can go East Coast, West Coast, but the upper New England states has been kind of a challenge for me here on 40, and the same way with the Pacific Northwest. Well, we've got that one out of the way, and we got New York out of the way. So now we're just waiting for Florida and New Mexico and California. Otherwise, we've got the whole U.S. covered. But always nice to be able to get into Georgia. We do quite well there. It looks like you're a little bit between Atlanta and Columbus, up around Thompson. Is that about right?
Yeah, Thomaston, Georgia. Yeah, that's right. Kind of in the middle of Columbus and Atlanta there. So yeah, very good. Yeah, I know. Well, conditions have been getting better. The sunspot cycle's coming up, and hopefully it keeps on going. I've been making some contacts on 10 again. I haven't heard anything on 6 yet, but I know that 40's been doing really well. I was sitting out camping last weekend, and I had a QRP backpack rig set up and an offsetter fed dipole on 40, and I was working coast to coast with 5 watts. So it's nice to have those kind of conditions coming back.
Yeah, well, I think it's jumping around in all bands. I was on 20 meters last night until about 10:30 Central Time, which to me is almost unheard of. So I'd like to think that the band and the propagation is really starting to stay in there on a more consistent basis, and it seems like it's staying for a longer time as well. Early morning, mid-morning here for me, we're getting Europe and South America on a regular basis. So I'd like to think that, the Cycle 25 is really starting to live up to all the expectations, and I hope it continues to be that way.
Yeah, I hope so too. My dad used to always say, when the conditions are good, you can work the world on a wet noodle. It'd be nice to get that by now. I lived in Alaska for 18 years. Prior to that, I lived on the East Coast, and I was licensed here in New England, up in New England. But I remember conditions were good back then, but I never experienced the really, really good conditions that I've heard about in like the 50s and the 70s, I guess. Those guys got some pretty good openings. I wasn't quite around yet. I started operating when I was about 8 years old, but that would have been in the 80s. So I have not experienced a really good solar peak. I think it would be really cool to get one because the last two have been not so great. But anyway, I know you got a couple of stations calling you there. I won't hold it too long, but really appreciate you being there and making a third contact. So you did work me in Alaska on 10 meters. 2014, I would have definitely still been in Alaska. But yeah, I think I was going to say the conditions up there are just terrible. That's why you have trouble working those people. You're up there in the auroral region, and up there, that area of The atmosphere just eats RF for breakfast there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. It makes sense. I would have thought it would have been the opposite, but certainly makes sense what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, you do get some interesting stuff. You can actually operate across it on like 6 meters and 10 meters sometimes, but more often than not, you would turn the radio on and you would just hear nothing, just dead across all the bands. So nice to be back here a little closer to the equator. Well, thanks a lot for the contact, Dave. I think it was K0RWB KL7Y.
Oh, no problem, Seth. Is it true up in Alaska, instead of radios, you guys are so close to Russia, you just use Dixie cups and string?
Yeah. That's about it. But you know, they've upgraded to microwave shots now.
Okay. I'm sorry, I had to throw that in there. No problem. Well, listen, I'm glad you're in Georgia. At least we'll have maybe a better chance on propagation for you. So, no worries. And yeah, number 3, go figure. And over a year on the last one, but hey, that's the way it goes. So hopefully it won't take so long the next time around. Number 3, one more to go. You know, you're a regular if you've been listening for a while. We're having a lot of fun with that, of course. But yeah, again, if you hear us out there again, please give us a call. I appreciate you standing by there. But the other K7 just kind of nipped you at the wire, so to speak. But I do appreciate you taking the time there and hanging in with us. Your persistence and patience goes a long way. And as like I said, you're interested in listening to our QSO. We're live on our channel, on our YouTube channel. And the channel's under My Call, so you can go to search bar and just type in My Call. And all of my videos are dated, so you can look at one of today's date. And we've been out here for a while, so maybe about an hour and 15. Might want to fast forward to that point if you want to give a look and a listen. Hope you do. If not, no worries. We'll work again, no problem, real soon, I'm sure. Anyway, again, I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. Have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll have to talk real soon. Kilo Lima 7 Yankee down in Georgia. That's Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7-3s.
Okay, Kilo Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo, Kilo Lima 7 Yankee. Yep. Well, you know, just a final there. I've been trying to change my call sign. I've applied 18 times for a different vanity call that's short like this one, and I've got another 5 or 6 days. We'll find out if I got this next one. I'm going to win the lottery one day. 7-3 to you. This is KL7Y.
Okay, sounds good. Take care. Okay, we've got time for just a couple more calls. See if the conditions are in there. We'll see if we can work a couple more here. Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo QRZ. Any other stations, please?
Kilowatt Charlie Zero, Charlie Delta Queen.
The Charlie Delta Quebec station. I'm sorry. Try it again.
Yeah, Kilowatt Charlie Zero, Charlie Delta Queen here, Todd in here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Okay.
Oh, come on. We don't get into Cheyenne. Are you sure about that? You're not running skip someplace?
Yeah, well, look me up QRZ. They'll tell you I'm in Cheyenne, okay?
Gosh, well, it's hard to believe when you're 20 over. You know, I'd have to go back and look, but I'm pretty darn sure it's our first contact into Cheyenne. Don't get into Wyoming too much anyway. I think it's just a time difference. But hey, thanks so much for giving us a call, Todd. The name here is Randy. I haven't mentioned myself for a while. We've just been going boom, boom, boom here. My QTH, I'm 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, and we've been out here for a little bit. We've got a YouTube channel, so we're actually live on our YouTube channel right now. So it's live. It's also recording as well. Just want to get that out there. But, yeah, you're almost a 20 over signal out of Cheyenne.
Yeah, that's a QSL. Yeah, you're 20 over here in Cheyenne as well. Yeah, I'm talking on antennas of Titan DX with the 756 Pro 3 Tokyo high power amplifier with matching auto tuner there, okay?
Well, it's certainly working. Been through there many times. We've got family in Fort Collins, and we lived in Aurora for about 3 years and 12 years down in Colorado Springs. So we've been up and down the Front Range, been up 25 into there, and got a cousin that lives over in Laramie, and always enjoyed coming up to Cheyenne for Cheyenne Frontier Days there. Go ahead.
Yeah, us people who live in Cheyenne, we kind of like to leave when it's Frontier Days there, okay?
You know, you're not the first one to mention that. It's funny you should say that. I think the last time we were out there for Cheyenne for the Frontier Days, it might have been 97 or so, maybe 98. And yeah, it got the same thing. A lot of people would just pack it up and say, "I'm getting out of here with all the nonsense." I can certainly understand that, but you know, it does bring a few dollars into town.
Yes, it does definitely do that. It brings enough revenue into survives a lot of businesses downtown area, especially through the whole entire year. So yeah, it's quite a profit maker for Cheyenne for sure. How long has it been since you've been out this way?
Well, I haven't been to Cheyenne now. I'm trying to think. It might have been 2016, I think, probably somewhere around there. We decided to drop in to Fort Collins to see family off of 80, so we would go up to through Omaha and then take 80 across and then, you know, drop down. Sometimes we'll cut in and take 76, which will take you down through Greeley in that way, and sometimes we'll go right into Cheyenne and then come down 25. But yeah, I'd say probably around 2016 was the last time.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we have definitely exploded in building and growth here in the last couple of years. It's getting to be like little mini Colorado here for sure. And yeah, my wife and I are originally from Lincoln, Nebraska, so we're definitely a go hard Husker fans there. Okay.
Well, you know, everybody's got to have a vice. No, I certainly understand that. I've got a work guy that I deal with quite a bit there in Lincoln, so we go up there quite often. About 3.5 hour drive for us. The worst part is getting off the interstate and take Highway 2 into Lincoln. Not the best highway. That concrete can really beat you up. Don't know when the last time you've been in that direction, but yeah, it's a tooth chatter if you're not careful. But yeah, interesting where people start and where they end up. You know, again, I think at one point Cheyenne was the largest or second largest in the state population-wise. So I think at that time it was about 65,000. I'm not surprised that it's growing. It is a beautiful part of the country. Casper is nice as well. I do like Laramie. And so I'm not surprised that population growth is exceeding. You know, we like our little portion here in Missouri, but we always like to visit out there as well, Todd. There, go ahead.
Yeah, I understand that. So, yeah, you must be a big Chiefs fan then, right?
Well, you might say that. Our blood is red, if you might say. But yeah, we do try to follow on the best we can, and we've been fortunate to have several good years here lately. Can't say I really care much about the Broncos, so we usually don't mention them too much. But that's the way it is. So, Todd, I don't want to keep it, but we've got a few more minutes yet here, and we want to try to get a couple more contacts, and we had a few people waiting. But I did want to say thank you, and I mean that very much, especially in the Cheyenne, in Wyoming in general, and to have that kind of signal. I mean, you're just bumping 20 over. We've really got some good propagation between us, and I hope you'll come back again. We try to do this on a regular basis. This is what I call 40-meter Fridays. We got kind of a late start, but we do like to start about 7 o'clock Central. We just find an open spot here on the band called CQ, and we talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, and we actually put it on live and record on our YouTube channel. If you'd like to listen to our QSO, actually hear and see how you sound on the air, we have our radio display on the channel. You can actually see your own signal strength that comes through my radio and your audio as well. So it's my call sign is my channel there on YouTube, K0RWB. Give a look and a listen if you'd like. We'd appreciate it, and hopefully you'll have a chance to come back again. You got a signal like that, I don't know how we can't hear you. So anyway, I hate to cut it short, but we want to try to grab a couple others before we have to go. But very nice to hear you this evening, and really, really terrific signal. Put a little pat on the back for you, no doubt. So we'll say 7-3 for now. Kilo Charlie 0, Charlie Delta Quebec, up in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Thanks for giving us a call. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Take care, Todd.
Yep, you take care too, and and hopefully we'll talk to you later on down the log there for sure. Send me 3 for now. Kilowatt Charlie 0, Charlie Delta Queen.
All right, thank you again, Todd. I do appreciate it. Okay, QRZ, another call here, and we'll probably have to call a night. Anybody else out there? Give us a call, please.
Whiskey 0, Sierra India Delta.
Whiskey 0, Sierra India Delta, I believe there. Go ahead.
Roger, the name is Sid, and we're located in Davenport, Iowa. Good 5-9 signal here, and just heard you chatting away, and you had some relatives out in Fort Collins. We also have a nephew and a niece out there, and a brother down Loveland, Colorado, and my best friends down in Longmont, Colorado. So we get out there quite a bit and enjoy the Front Range. Go ahead.
Oh, terrific. Well, thanks so much, Sid, for giving us a call. Another state that we don't get into often is Iowa. I know there's a lot of operators out there, and certainly know the Davenport area. We spent our early years in Grinnell, which is right off of I-80, about 50 miles east of Des Moines, but traveled the state quite a little bit. We had a brother up in Spencer, up in the northwest corner, and been down in your neck of the woods, over in Maysville and Walcott. Bluegrass a couple of times, and I'm not sure exactly how close you are to Moline. Of course, that's on the other side there. We won't talk about them too much, but always nice to hear some new stations. Very fortunate. We just finished with Cheyenne. Now we're in Davenport, Iowa, so it's been a lot of fun tonight. Nice to hear that the band is doing really good there. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. We're in an area they call the Quad Cities. There's Davenport and Bettendorf on the Iowa side, and Rock Island and Moline on the Illinois side. Just one big happy family with a couple bridges over the Mississippi. So it's very nice to chat with you this evening, and we'll let you make some more contacts. Just wanted to jump in and say howdy.
Well, I'm glad you did, and thank you for taking the time to do that. Got your page pulled up here. And, God, I love the little, would you call it a moped back then? Or mechanical bicycle? I'm not sure which. I used to see those around quite a bit when I was growing up in Grinnell. Just because of Grinnell College, it was really easy for the kids to get around without having to spend the money for a car. But very, very cool. And, I love somebody loves to sit on the couch here. I can see that. What a great picture of the dog. That's pretty cool. So, no, I'm glad you gave us a call. Appreciate it. I wish we had more time. We did get a late start this evening. We hope to maybe correct that here in the future. We do try to get out here on 40 meters, as said, as much as we can in the evenings, and we always try to do this on our YouTube channel as well. So we can do it live and record it. A lot of people like to go back and listen to their signals and so forth later. And we've always enjoyed that. We're having fun with it, and I hope others are joining it as well. So, but by all means, feel free to come back anytime you hear us out there, and especially for Iowa. God, one of the places we don't get into often. So, good signal, by the way. You're just about bumping about 20 over here the entire time. So, we've got a good connection between us. So, anyway, I do appreciate it. Nice to hear you for the first time, and hopefully we'll have some more contacts here yet in 2022. Whiskey 0, Sierra India Delta up in the Quad Cities. This is Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7-3s.
Yep, 7-3s. Have fun.
All right, you take care. All right, we got time for one more call. I know there's others out there, but we've gotten a tap on the shoulder, which means our time is up. But we'll try to get one more call, and maybe we'll see if we can work a little bit. QRZ. The November station. I'm sorry I couldn't get much more than that to get out on the haze there, but I did hear November station. I know it's not much, but try it again, please.
November uniform, Quebec, Randy. How you doing?
Okay, November uniform, and then give me the rest.
November uniform, Quebec, NU3Q.
Yeah, okay. November uniform, a lot of stations. I didn't think it was quite so popular, but maybe we just got some band conditions. Hey, thanks for hanging in there. How are things going this evening?
Hey, Randy, how's things going out there in Kansas?
Here in Pittsburgh, how you doing?
Oh, gosh, I tell you, Bob, it's just been one thing after another. Not near as much time in front of the microphone as we'd like, but we're certainly enjoying ourselves this evening. Hope things are going well for you. You put the Snowblade away for the year?
Yeah, debatable. We had was 6 falls the other day, so I'm still reserving judgment on that. Hi.
Yeah. Well, we had, I think the weather person this morning called it grug or something like that. Combination of rain, snow, and sleet and whatever all mixed together. I thought they were, I'm unsure what they were just making it up or not. And that's what came across. And we did have winter for the last couple of days, and I'd like to think we're breaking out of it here the next couple. I'd really like to see a little bit more green and less brown. Bob, go ahead.
Yeah, agrees, and we're still going to be cold here this weekend, and hopefully things will start warming up here, because my folks go through our special vent station and down the street here a bit, and next, not this Saturday after, the special vent station, I think it's coming WCC, which is to commemorate the anniversary of the local library, plus they opened up a courtyard too in the library, so it'll be a big time deal. Everybody will be out and about there. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it could keep you busy. Have you been doing any live streaming lately at all?
No, I just like big life keeps getting away. I don't get time to do much. So, but that's the way it goes. What are you gonna do? So that's the way the Campbell side just saw you on YouTube, and that's how I just jump in here and try to give you a chat.
Well, I appreciate it, Bob. I know we've talked many times before, and I'm not having bacon frying, but I've got something close. I'm getting a little spikes here and there, so I was just having a little issue trying to pull the call out. And there's a few stations in there as well, which is really very much appreciative. I wish I could get to everybody, but you know as well as I do, sometimes you just can't. Either the timing or the band drops out. But yeah, no worries. Yeah, I think there's been a few like that. I did talk to Alex today. He has not been on the air because he sold his Mercury 3 amplifier, and his new one from Germany has not shown up yet. And he didn't think it would work too well on 100 watts. And I said, well, that's what we used to start with years ago. Give it a try. But anyway, that's the update on Alex. And, hopefully we'll get him on the air here pretty soon.
Yeah, I've been talking to him, so he told me the same thing. So hopefully the amp will start sooner rather than later. So, yeah, supply chain issues are fun times right now in the world of electronics and everything else that relies on it.
Yeah, I can see it's summertime. We have more daylight, and we're trying to get out with family and do things and so forth. It makes it a little tougher for radio, and it's the same way with Doug, KB2 UKA. I haven't heard him lately. Haven't heard Joe a whole lot down in the south, and I haven't been out here much myself either. So I'm hopefully, some of us can get back out again. I'm certainly not trying to stay away from the microphone, but it just kind of worked out that way. And I will say the time I do have, I really do appreciate the time we're having here and having people to talk with on the air as well. But unfortunately, we only do have so much time, and I've gotten that response again, which means my time is up. Not really a bad way to end with you, though, Bob. We haven't talked for a while, but I'm glad that you were able to get in there. We had a chance to get a quick chat anyway, and I'm hoping that we'll have a little bit more alleviation of some of the life issues and get some more time in front of the microphone. I've certainly enjoyed it, and I hope others as well, and hopefully we're trying to help in small way. And hopefully people are enjoying this, getting some entertainment out of it from watching it. Unfortunately, there's a camera pointed at me. You know what that's like. So maybe that's where you go from there. But anyway, Bob, I'll say 7-3. We're gonna close it, close the book, close the chapter on this one here tonight with you. But I'm glad we did get a chance to chat, and I'm looking forward to the next time as well. So I'll go ahead and do mine. You can do yours as well, and then we'll finish it all up here. So November Uniform 3, Quebec. It's Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Bob. You have a good night, and have a great weekend. All right, Bob, you take care. Well, we do appreciate it, folks. Unfortunately, the time is up. For those folks that were on the live chat, I appreciate your comments. Hopefully, Philip has got things rectified on his radio and got those things squared away. And hopefully, the information I sent you to Seth, hope that makes sense for you. We're going to call the evening. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo, Randy in Kansas City. We're going to be QRT, and the frequency will be open to normal operations. We'll be back again on Monday evening. If anybody'd like to get a chance to get in with us, we'd be certainly have a chance to have a chat with you then. So this is K0 RWB, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo, the red, white, and blue station in Kansas City. We'll be clear 17th, and we'll be QRT. Your frequency open for normal operations.